When Wolves Whisper. A short story by Neil M. Thorne. Alicia never forgot the first time her house spoke to her. As a child, she remembered feeling the layers beneath the paint in her bedroom. With hand to wall, the colours revealed themselves, from princess pink to magnolia and even ruby red, going back to the plaster and even the rough brickwork beneath. She could even feel small patches of original wallpaper that hadn't quite been removed. Not that she really understood it at the time, but something had pushed back. It had been the house, telling her it didn't like wallpaper. Far too constricting. Only later did Alicia realise that all throughout her life, buildings had been talking to her. She didn't know if other people had a similar connection, but as buildings did not speak with a voice, most never realised. What might be heard was often mistaken for something else entirely, but strange bumps in the night was only one of the ways they tried reaching out. Like communicating visually, showing a memory of something old that happened within its walls to convey a message. These images came out of context, confused with the building's own understanding of them. For Alicia, it was about feelings. She remembered a school visit to the local castle. That ancient giant had been sleeping, a slumber that had lasted a lifetime, but she felt its presence stir up within her. It was not as she expected from a place of cold stone and bloody battles. It was warm, like a grandparent smiling at an unexpected visit. It was a welcome greeting, and she called in whenever she could. A similar trip to a gallery was very different indeed. It did not like so many lowly feet trampling through its lofty halls, whereas the museum was proud to share its treasures. With a natural love of buildings, she grew up to study architecture, and along with her gift came to understand that there was a deep connection between people and the buildings they created. Every building was different, each with its own personality, but not in the same way as a person. Instead, far more layered and complex. From this, she came up with a theory, of sorts, that people unknowingly imbued a part of their souls into the buildings they lived their lives in. Even new buildings, thrown up with little care or love, and often grey and uninspiring, would one day come to absorb every moment of those who found safety and comfort within their fold. From all that joy, pain, love, and even hate, they became a part, or rather an extension of human consciousness that came to live, feel, and even talk with those willing to listen. Sometimes she wondered if it might all just be in her imagination. But even if she never found another like herself in this world, in her heart she always knew the truth. For the first time she heard her own house speak, it had been to save her life. In the dead of the night, as she and her parents slept soundly, a fire had started. Once it took hold, the house's fate was sealed, but it made her realize the danger. Through dreams she heard the warning cry, woke to feel its pain, and as vicious flames tore away, Alicia knew there was nothing left but to escape. She mourned that house like the closest of friends. It had cared for them, and in their hour of need protected. Bittersweet was that moment which opened up her world, for not only could buildings think and talk, but also die. The memory of it would always live on within her, and now, whenever she stepped inside another building, she would feel its own story, and be glad to share hers with it. Thank you for listening, and if you have enjoyed listening to When Wolves Whisper, please feel free to like, comment, and follow for more.